You've seen them at the rallies, right? These guys at the Trump rallies? They're like, "Rah! Rah! Rah!" It's the sound of the dying dinosaur. The signs are everywhere to them. The women are taking over. There's now more women that go to college than men. There's more women in law school than men. Whoa, no! They're going to be writing laws against us, men. I predict anthropologists, they will know the moment it happened when it was clear the men were on the way out and the women were on their way in, and it was the Super Bowl this past year. It's the halftime show. Coldplay is playing one of their nice songs. Oh, I love you, I love you. And then Bruno Mars came on, and then that sort of confused a lot of guys watching the halftime show. Ooh, what is this? And then all of a sudden, right in the middle of Bruno's song, out comes Beyonce and 500 women in these uniforms with their fists clenched and raised and their shit-kicking boots on, taking the field. No, it's like, oh my, wait, that's our game. What's she doing here? That's where we're ending up. And guys know it, and that's why they're at the Trump rallies. That's why you hear that sound. Whoa! Whoa! Donald, save us! The women are coming. The women are, Hillary is Genghis Khan. It's all over. It doesn't feel good. 8 years of a black president. Okay, we got through that. Now it's going to be 8 years of a woman president. Oh, no! No, because you know what happens after that? It's going to be 8 years of the gays. We'll have a gay president. No! And you know what comes after that? The transgenders. 8 years of a transgender in the White House. You're not going to know which bathroom to use. What's left after that? After they've taken everything from us white straight guys. Oh, the animal rights people. PETA will take over the White House. A fucking hamster is going to be running this country. Little hamster in the Oval Office on a wheel. Send in the next congressman. And finally, Mother Nature. There are now less boy babies being born. Mother Nature has looked at the situation, has decided that men are bad for the planet. No woman has ever built a smokestack. No woman has invented an atomic or a hydrogen bomb. And no women, no girls go into schools and shoot them up. Not a single one of these school shootings are girls, are they? How can that be? Think about that. It's like, and it's not just school shootings. It's like women generally don't shoot you unless you deserve it. I mean, usually when a woman shoots her husband or her boyfriend, some thought has gone into it. That's actually true with most crimes. How many female arsonists are there? Or burglars? Or rapists? I mean, you go down the whole list of crimes. We're actually quite safe from 51% of the population. Right? I mean, it's like, when you leave here tonight and wander out onto the dark streets of Wilmington, Ohio, it's a rough town out there, but you know, it's dark, you're on a dark street, you're just a little more aware. What are you being aware of? A woman going to jump out of the bushes and stab you to death? Is a woman going to mug you? That whatever you're afraid of does not wear a dress or a pantsuit. Oh, man. See, but that's what you must understand the Trump voter. These are legitimate concerns. Legitimate concerns. And I think, we're laughing a lot about this stuff, and thank you, Trump voters, for letting us have a little bit of laughter over this. But I actually wrote something today while I was sitting here at the official hotel of the Murphy Theater and the Holiday Inn Express. And can I read this to you? Do you mind if I I just wrote this, and I want to read it to you. And because I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted to sort of, after talking to a number of them, I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, the Brexit states. You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant, because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system that stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day, although they lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone. The car's been repoed. They haven't had a real vacation in years. They're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze plan where you can't even get a fucking Percocet. They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution: the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter, because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. One. And there's more of the former middle class than there are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives. Donald J. Trump. They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him, and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th. Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history. and it will feel good. For a day. Yeah, maybe a week. Possibly a month. And then, like the Brits, who wanted to send a message, so they voted to leave Europe, only to find out that if you vote to leave Europe, you actually have to leave Europe. And now they regret it. All the Ohioans, Pennsylvanians, Michiganders, and Wisconsinites of Middle England, right? They all voted to leave, and now they regret it, and over 4 million of them have signed a petition to have a do-over. They want another election. It ain't going to happen because you use the ballot as an anger management tool. And now you're fucked. And the rest of Europe, they're like, bye, Felicia. So when the rightfully angry people of Ohio and Michigan and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin find out after a few months in office that President Trump wasn't going to do a damn thing for them, it'll be too late to do anything about it. But I get it. You wanted to send a message. You had righteous anger and justifiable anger. Well, message sent. Good night, America. You've just elected the last president of the United States.
Good evening. Terry Hardesty reporting from our nation's capital. Donald J. Trump was sworn in today as the 45th president of the United States.
I, Donald J. Trump.
As some had predicted, the shit show started within minutes. Before the parade, President Trump ordered an aerial bombardment of all Mexican border towns. The instatement of stop and frisk checkpoints at all U.S. inner cities, and the deportation of Rosie O'Donnell to American Samoa. To which Trump replied, hey, it's not really a deportation. We own the damn fat farm, for Christ's sakes. The inaugural parade finally got underway, but only after President Trump insisted on flying over the parade route in his Trump helicopter, once he learned that he was expected to get out of his limo and walk to the White House. Upon arriving, the president walked inside the 200-year-old structure, took a brief look around, and we have this exclusively a recording made by a White House maid on her cell phone.
What a jump. Look, I'm not staying here, okay? Where's the penthouse? That's more appropriate.
Dad, there is a second floor.
I got news for you. That's not a penthouse. You kids, you know what? You're gonna live here with Pence. Hey, Pensy, you move in here with Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka, and run the show for me. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna be down at the Mar-a-Lago whenever you need me. Just call me. I'll pick up your call.
In other news, by day's end, 20 million Americans who say they voted for Trump had signed an online petition asking for a do-over election. Finally, this will be our last broadcast, as the new Trump channel run by Roger Ailes and Breitbart News will be taking over this network and featuring all reality, all day, every day. Trump himself will be hosting the Real World 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And You're Fired, America, a nightly show where your job may be next. I'm Terry Hardesty, signing off. Good luck, America.
Just wanted you to see what it's going to look like.